German immigration to America. From 1820 to World War I, approximately 6 million Germans immigrated to America. A lot of the German immigrants that chose to migrate or were forced to either had friends, relatives, or US government officials encouraging them to come to America and settle. One of the reasons why the Germans started migrating was the revolutions of 1848, which failed. So the revolutionaries needed a place to seek refuge. They fled to America in search of safety and freedom of speech. These refugees were later known as the 48ers, and amongst them were several professionals, politicians, and journalists. In order to gain access to the country from 1892 to 1954, the immigrants would have to be checked and accepted by Ellis Island, an island outside of New York. It was a gateway to America, and a lot of people didn't always pass the needed checks, which caused them to be deported back to their home countries. These checks included physicals, and they checked for illnesses, defects, and other reasons why the person would not make a good laborer. They often made the immigrant walk up and down stairs to see how much of a physical shape they were in. German immigrants settled in various places throughout Minnesota. The areas of the state where many of these Germans settled included most of the southern Minnesota. This area became a popular place for Germans to settle and a prosperous place for German culture to evolve. Another one of these cities that the Germans greatly appreciated and often chose to move and migrate to was Milwaukee. They referred to it as the Germans' Athens. What did the Germans contribute with? One of the things that the Germans greatly and proudly contributed with was their beer and lager industry. This was immensely popular amongst the American population, and the German and beer lager was known for its quality and quantity. They also contributed with a lot of intellectuals, and many Germans ended up becoming something within the field of politics or owning their own businesses. They weren't all into getting educated, and there were still some farmers. German farmers were good because they were steady and had an efficient way of farming. Famous German Americans. George Armstrong Custer. Custer was a great military mind and had a different method of approaching problems. This out-of-the-box thinking created many victories for the prominent Custer. His ranks were the following: Major General of the Volunteers, a Lieutenant Colonel for the regular army. George Armstrong Custer was born on December the 5th, 1839 and passed away on June 25th, 1876. Another famous German American was Dwight David Ike Eisenhower. He was born on October the 14th, 1890 and passed away on the 28th of March, 1969. Eisenhower was a 5-star general in the United States Army and the 34th President of the United States. Yet another famous German American in today's society is Leonardo DiCaprio. He's a successful Hollywood actor, and he's born on November 11th, 1974 till present.